For women's tennis, we're here to talk about it on CardsTV. I'm Sean Moth. Great to see you again. Mark Beckham's the head coach. You know this guy. And let's talk about that great weekend. Great weekends don't always mean wins all the time, and I know you don't like taking losses, but the fight you guys showed against Virginia Tech, I said it with Rex and Karma just a little bit ago, the old Get Smart, missed it by that much. I mean, you guys kind of had them on the ropes, but you couldn't quite close 1 of 4 singles. But even so, feel good about the effort.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you go on the road and you're playing against a good team, it kind of shows you what needs to get worked on, where you know, in the first 4 matches that we had, we won them pretty clean. So we really didn't truly know where our deficiencies were. Now I've got some things we need to work on, and they're correctable type of things. But for the most part, I mean, I was disappointed, obviously, with the loss, because there was a period of time where I thought we could have stole that thing. Yeah. And obviously I was hoping that we could. But we got to, you know, move forward, learn from it, and move forward from it. And I think that the things that we learned from that match are gonna help us, you know, throughout the rest of the season.
So many times the key to taking a loss is not letting it be 2 losses. And so the Cards turned around and had another one after the Virginia Tech loss against a Minnesota team that's ranked 41 in the country. And you jump out and you lose the doubles point. And you know, not where you want to start, because you know, we've talked before, when you're up 1-0 heading into those 6 matches, you're feeling pretty good about yourself. As it was, your singles really got the job done.
Yeah. It's so psychological with the doubles point. I mean, it's only 1 point, but for some reason it seems like it's worth 2 for some reason, you know. And I was worried. I mean, coming off of the loss the day before and being the way, if we would have got beat, you know, like 6-1 or 7-0 or something, you can kind of, you know, almost just kind of brush it and just move on to the next day kind of thing. But when you lose tight matches, you know, it kind of has a carryover effect just a little bit, or it can anyway.
Sure.
You know, we lose that doubles point, and you know, my mind's racing. I'm like, you know, how are these girls going to handle it? So, you know, I've been coaching, you know, obviously I've had quite a few teams that I've coached, and one thing that you want to see when things are potentially looking bad, how are they going to respond? And they responded well, and you know, they gave me a lot of you know, confidence moving on to the rest of the season that, you know, we may have a little something here, because we lost that doubles point, and you know, I think I was more worried than they were. You know, they were like, forget it, man. Let's go.
Got this, coach.
Yeah, we got this. Let's move on to the singles thing. And you know, they stepped on the gas and they put it to them. You know, if we were gonna win the match, you know, I was expecting, you know, some 3-setters, 7-5 in the thirds, but we handled it. You know, they just stepped on them and played really well, and really didn't let them get it back into the match. Which, if they would have gotten back into the match, could have got a little bit scary, but they did not allow it to happen.
Outstanding. Anybody in particular? I know you had a lot of good performances this weekend, but anybody stand out for you over the course of the weekend?
Definitely Manuela. You know, she's one of those players where she doesn't quite know how good she can be, and you know, she can take it. I get on her a little bit, and I'm gonna stay on her a little bit because she's only kind of scratching the surface as far as like how good she can be. Yeah. And but she was dominant. I mean, I think now, you know, everybody knows obviously about Julia and Becca kind of thing, and we have basically 2 #1 levels players on our team. Yeah. But Manuela's starting to creep her way up there and say, you know, Coach, I think we got 3 #1 level players now. So when you have that, obviously you have, you know, a very, very good team. Yeah. So she stepped it up for sure.
Fantastic. Cards will hit the road yet again, continuing to test themselves. They'll have a directional Michigan and then Michigan State over the course of the weekend. And like you said, anything can happen over the course of a weekend, but you feel good about taking the 5-1 team on this road trip.
Yeah, I mean, last week's experience is for sure going to help us moving on to these next 2 matches. We played Eastern Michigan last year. Very talented team, dangerous. We got to make sure we you know, pay attention to the details and stay disciplined with what we're doing, because they definitely have enough talent to beat us. And then obviously we're going into another Big Ten. They're home this time. We played Minnesota on a neutral site, but we're playing Michigan State obviously at their place. So you know, they're going to have you know, obviously the advantage. They're going to feel good. They're going to realize that we beat Minnesota, and they're going to be looking at us as an opportunity. So whenever that's the case, you know, it's dangerous. So we got to be ready to go.
All right, pack those winter clothes, bundle up, and have a good time. Safe travel. Best of luck to you and the team.
No doubt. Thank you.
For Mark Beckham, I'm Sean Moth. Thanks for following along. Look forward to talking with you next week. right here on Cards TV.